Hello, thank you for watching Toy Safety. My name is Fiorella Carhuas. I'm the public health educator for the Virginia Poison Center. I wanted to thank Oregon and Missouri Poison Centers for the graphics in this video. You are probably wondering why poison control is talking about toy safety. Well, we deal with different types of calls. Most of the time, when it comes to toys, we classify these calls under foreign object ingestions. We usually like to talk about toy safety when gift giving season starts. So, right about now, I know everyone is looking into gifts and perhaps toys for the kids in the family. The holidays are great. We would like to talk about toy safety during this season. We'll go through a few slides and we'll pose a question and we'll answer it right away. So, what kind of concerns or possible exposures do people call the Poison Center about? This is a great question. Well, surprisingly, we get many calls about glow sticks. Yes, those sticks that glow when it's really dark out, and a lot of people use them usually around Halloween. We get lots of those calls. But items we worry about the most are things like magnets, bottom batteries, and lead in toys. Oh, we also get tons of calls on anything that has or toys that have very small parts in them, so they can actually um, be choking hazards for the little ones, especially the smaller ones. How often do you think poison centers get called about foreign body and ingestions and toys? Well, quite a bit actually. In 2019, foreign bodies and toys were ranked among the top five most common exposures in children 5 years and years or less. Other things that we saw that made it to the top five were personal care products or cosmetics, cleaning substances, pain relievers, and dietary um, supplements too. What age group is most susceptible to toy injuries and exposures? Well, toy related injuries send a child to a U.S. emergency department every 3 minutes. And more than 70% are children less than 15 years of age. It's important to remember that households with children are full of toys, especially during the holidays. Many parents may not realize that some toys pose a risk to their children. An average of 1,000 and I'm sorry, 149,000 toy related injuries are treated in emergency departments in the US each year. So, some of the things that we see definitely are also choking hazards. I wanted to mention that, and this is for kids 3 years and younger, and they tend to put objects in their mouths, as we all know. So, toys like science kits or art supplies have an ingredient list. Why is the list so important in case of accidental exposures? So, with an ingredient list, if you were to call the poison center, for example, the expert can quickly assess the situation, so the toxicity risk, and provide treatment advice. So, it is important to keep those lists. Bottom batteries can cause a lot of harm. I don't know if you know, but what can happen if a child swallows them? Well, unfortunately, serious burns to the esophagus and possible life threatening injuries can happen just starting 2 hours after a bottom battery is swallowed. As you can see in the picture, you can find bottom batteries pretty much in any small electronic device, as you can see. And in the smaller picture, with the X-ray, that's when you can see the bottom battery was ingested and lodged into the esophagus of this this child. So this is a medical emergency. In case of accidental exposure to something toxic in a gift, why is it important to to have the poison control number programmed in your phone? Well, you will have peace of mind knowing that you're ready in case something like this happens. It is important to have the number right there and handy because you do not want to wait for any symptoms to develop. If you're a babysitter, you might just help save a life of the child in your care. So we recommend parents that if they have someone taking care of their kids, to also let them know of poison control and to save the number just in case. And yes, we are open all the time, every day, all day. We never close. There's always someone um, right there to answer the phone line. And this is someone with not only the medical background, we have nurses that specialize in toxicology. And they are there. There's This is a no judgment zone, so you can always call. And we never really, do things like reporting to outside agencies. So confidentiality is also important for us. So it's the holidays. Your child received lots of toys. Where do you check if they have been recalled or not? Well, you can check. Safe Kids actually has a great website. It's called safekids.org. And you can look up a lot of great information on toys and other things that could be hazardous to children. They do have a page that is dedicated just for product recalls, and they have them also by year. So it's a great resource to have. So we know December is coming up and is Safe Toys and Gifts Month. We actually talked to our poison center specialists, our nurses, on what advice they would give to the public. Well, here are some things that we would like to mention. We say, well, buy age appropriate toys. Check the country of origin. We prefer that they are made in the US. Painted toys should be covered with lead free paint, so make sure that that is the case. Monitor. Always looking out what the kids are doing when they're playing. Beware of toys with button batteries and magnets. We just talked about that. Keep box and pamphlets the toys came in. And again, this is just in case you need to call us, and we'll have that information handy. Call the poison center for exposures, and when you buy any art materials, just make sure they say non-toxic. We like to have this really nice picture here, just to kind of remind people so about, pretty much anything can contain this tiny little battery operated toys. They contain those, you know they're very small if you haven't seen those button batteries. So just gotta make sure you secure them. You gotta make sure you know what objects have button batteries. And do you know what toys or gifts or holiday decorations have a risk of containing lead? Well, toys made in other countries, or toys that are they buy them at antique stores or collectibles, or even passed down through generations, can put children at risk for lead exposure. It's just something to keep in mind. What is the first thing you should do if a child swallowed a toy or a toy part? Call us. Call a poison center at 1-800-222-1222. Our experts will give you medical advice and determine if the child needs to go to the ER. Obviously, if the child is, unconscious, not breathing, you call 911 right away. And please do not induce vomiting. So we have reached the end of this talk, and I just wanted to thank you. And feel free to get this information and watch it again. And anything in here that you think will be of help, feel free to share with other people as well. And again, I'm Fiorella from the Virginia Poison Center. Thank you.